Hi, I'm Chris, and today I'd like to share with you the King of Restorative poses, called Legs Up the Wall, or Viparita Karani in Sanskrit. This is one of those poses to take when you're feeling low on energy, high in stress, and you just need a little time to recharge that inner battery. For those of you who spend a lot of time on your feet, it's also very rejuvenating for the legs. So let me show you how to get into the pose. You're going to bring the narrow end of your yoga mat. You really don't necessarily need a mat. You can also use a blanket here, but you're going to want to give yourself some space right against the wall. And then you're going to come and sit onto the heels here. Go ahead, crouch forward, coming into this tiny little ball, and just gently roll over, coming onto the back and extending the legs straight up the wall. Hence the name Legs Up the Wall pose. For those of you who are more flexible, you might get your bum right flush with the wall. And those of you who are less flexible, especially in the hamstrings, this isn't going to be very comfortable. This pose is about comfort, so for you, you'd benefit from sliding away from the wall. Whoop, my hair is getting in the way. And increasing the distance between the hips and the wall here. It's going to feel a lot more comfortable on the legs. You're really encouraged to experiment here because, again, you want to be able to relax in this pose. So you kind of have to figure out what works best for you. So there's a couple options. I'm going to return to, I'm a little bit more flexible. So I'm going to go back closer to the wall and then finish explaining the pose. So once you're straight up here, you will bring the arms out, palms face up, kind of like you would in Savasana or corpse pose. And then just gently pull the shoulders down, just freeing the neck a little bit. And then wherever you are, close or far from the wall, you want to gently press into the thighs and press them in. Just getting this little bit of an internal rotation and releasing the thigh bones into the pelvis. Now you want to make sure that the forehead is pitched slightly higher than the chin. So if you notice that your chin is way up here, what you can do is take a folded blanket or towels and simply raise the height of the head and slightly drawing the chin in. Another option for the head is to make a little roll with a towel or a blanket and position it underneath the neck to fill that space. That might feel good for you. A couple arm variations is, as I explained before, palms face up like Savasana, but it also might feel good to take goalpost arms, 90 degrees at the elbows, palms face up. Whew, this feels really nice. Okay, continuing. What happens when your legs get tingly or you start losing the sensations? That's not going to be very comfortable. So if that happens, you'll simply bend the knees, bring the soles of the feet together, and then slide those heels down towards the groin. And then that might feel really nice in opening up the hips here. If that doesn't feel good, you can still bend the knees, but bring them in towards the chest. If you're finding that it's too difficult to keep the legs with this slight internal rotation here, then you can use a strap, hooking it through the legs, bringing it at the top of the thigh, and then tightening it to remove the effort of keeping the legs together. And then I don't have to really do anything but relax, which is what, again, this pose is all about. To get out of the pose, you're going to, if you do have these props, obviously you need to remove them. You'll bend the knees, draw the knees in towards the chest, remove any of the props you may have, and you'll just gently roll on to the right side. Letting the head rest on the right arm, the left hand will come in front of the face or chest, and then you'll just want to gently come on up. Whew. Feeling like a totally new person. You might have noticed that I left my socks on for this pose, and I'm also wearing long layers. And that's because when we relax, our body gets cold. So you can do what I did, or you can also cover yourself with a blanket. Now I've offered several variations to help you get comfortable in Legs Up the Wall pose. But if none of these are working for you, don't worry, chicken curry. Leave me some comments below, and I'm going to do my best to help you find peace in the pose. Speaking of peace in the pose, You can pair legs up the wall or corpse pose with the guided relaxation that I've recorded for you. It's about 10 minutes long. You can cue your phone or laptop, keep it nearby, and simply press play and be on your way to that deeper state of relaxation. In addition to relaxation, benefits of legs up the wall pose include giving the heart a much needed break. All day long, it pumps blood up against gravity, so taking this passive inversion, we reverse that. We're also bringing new oxygenated blood through our body and helping flush out stagnated blood, so there's a cleansing effect. You might find relief in the back, shoulders, neck, and hips, and of course the legs. But don't take my word for it. As always, give it a go, and then you'll know. If you benefit from the practice, it's yours. Until next time, friends, thank you for watching. Namaste.